We could have homes on separate coasts, go dive in Greece with squids. Could have been so bleeping rich, but instead we had kids. They won't smile for a photo, they won't eat the food we choose. That's why we're heading to the parents' lounge to drown ourselves in booze. Every day we're more exhausted, we haven't slept in years. They hit me in the nuts so bad, my eyes filled up with tears. And yes, we'd like to fake our death and go off of the grids, but the truth is we are softies and we truly love our kids. So join us every Tuesday night to laugh at all our pain. Evening in the parents' lounge is the cure to staying sane. Welcome to another edition of The Parents Lounge. I'm Jamie Kaler, joined as always by Jason Gowan, my partner in crime. We have a fantastic episode for you this evening.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, hi. It's our pre-Super Bowl show. Very, very special. You know, we went all out and we booked these guys out probably a year or two ago, I think, for the Super Bowl, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you think Super Bowl, what do you think?
I think of the dumb dads. Yeah.
I think of dumb. Well, not these, but any, like mostly dumb dads. They're just, they're the pinnacle of dumb.
They're
dads.
the pinnacle. They're, as every father, you strive to be where they're at.
That's exactly right. To be able to be a brand and then monetize being a dumb dad. I mean, genius. I don't think I'm stretching.
It's actually costing me money to be a stupid father.
That's right. The alliteration is where it all starts to really, the coins start to roll in and stuff.
They beat me to the punch.
Apparently, Kate Mulligan is she's on route.
Well,
even though it's
supposedly, but we have not seen.
Even though it's virtually done from each of our homes. So without further ado, let's bring him in. Kevin and Evan, the Dumb Dads.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having us.
Man.
Thank you for the intro. The word genius got tossed around there, and I didn't really appreciate it. That makes me feel really uncomfortable.
No, I've been called a genius a lot by my father, mostly with a sarcastic tone after I did something.
What are you, a genius? Yeah. Did it sound like that?
Good work.
By the way,
genius.
I love the photo. The photo we used. That's your blue steel, I feel like, Kevin. And Evan, you are exemplary as a dumb dad. And then Kevin's like, no, I don't want to be a dumb dad. I want to show how delicious I am, and you brought it. Felt like
I call it average sexy.
Yeah, hopeful sexy. Yeah, one of our friends, Josh, shot that photo for us. And Kevin was a real Hollywood guy that day. He demanded a trailer, the whole thing. It was like kind of embarrassing, but he got the photo, so I can't really get mad at him.
Yeah, I didn't get the trailer, so Josh can go screw himself.
Did you crop out Evan and just use that as your headshot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been getting a lot more calls, mostly for pornography, but
honestly, if you don't spin off into an OnlyFans, it's missed money for you guys.
Yeah. Have you guys thought about OnlyFans, really? Because I know there's a lot of moms out there who are turned on by idiotic husbands and fathers.
Well, I'm too busy counting all the cash from my feet pictures. So I just don't have the time, I
thought I recognized you on Feet
I thought so too. Yeah. He has it where he's like slowly going and the mud is squishing up through his toes. It's delicious. And the cat in the back corner and some of those photos, really great stuff.
You'd be surprised.
Captain Knuckles, I think you're
Captain Knuckles. Yeah. You'd be surprised how much money you can make. After my daughter does my toes, it's photo shoot day,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I was at you guys when you came in early.
This after dinner.
You said, how's your energy tonight? And I'm still shaking. I had a fantastic day, and which was odd as a parent. I came home and everything was kind of
doesn't sound like you at all.
Please continue.
I know. I had played golf. It was like it was a magic day. Everybody was doing great. And then I was out front and this woman, her dog took a giant dump and then she just walked away.
Whoopsies.
And I think in the future, I may just go, let it go. But today I did not.
Oh, good
yeah,
for you.
but you were on that double bogey energy coming home from golf.
Were you like
the mood.
Niagara Falls litter bug mad?
That's I am. And so unfortunately, my wife saw the whole thing go down, and now she's terrified that said person that I unleashed on is going to come back and burn the house down in the middle of the night. Because if you call out someone for letting their dog crap on your lawn, the problem with that is that they know where you live.
It's true.
It's a real problem.
It's a real problem. They were marking it at the moment.
Yeah. And so I said, at first I wasn't a total jerk. I was like, hey, are you going to pick that up? And she's like, no. And then I just unfurled to the neighbors other neighbors came out. Like it got ugly. Streets screaming. And she's like, is this how you always talk to women? And I said, if that woman lets her dog crap on my front lawn, this is exactly how I talk to that woman. I love when they pull that card of like, yeah, you're a woman, but you're also a dog owner who just let your dog take a dump. And so I said, well, you don't even live in this neighborhood. She goes, I live in this neighborhood. I said, well, where? And she goes, I'm not going to tell you. And so I go, great. And then after the whole thing was said and done,
fair enough. That was probably pretty obvious.
I called her much worse. I called her things I will not say because we don't want to have to edit them out. But I unleashed. And then I came in. Some of the neighbors tried to give her a bag, and she still was like, not picking it up.
So she didn't even have a bag. So she just took it.
She was like, my dog's old. He's got the runs. I ran out of bags. I go, oh, I've never heard that one before. I go, I have a dog and you carry enough bags. Like it got super ugly. I'm still like shaking. Want to put my fist through a wall.
Honestly.
And so I came back in.
Shit in her yard.
I followed her. I got in my car. Put a hat on, drove around the block, and I followed her. And now I know the crappy apartment she lives in. Then I was like, oh, of course she doesn't care about anything in society because she's a piece of crap. And that was how that ended. So I'm waiting for someone to smash a light in my house in the next couple of days. We'll see how that plays out.
I like that you put on your hat as if it's like, she's like, is that the guy? No, he wasn't wearing a hat earlier. It must be somebody else.
He wasn't a hat guy.
I had glasses, a fake mustache. I had a prosthetic nose. She's like, wow, the eyes seem the same, but the face is just totally different. Oh, dude. I gotta. So my wife, rightfully so, and she won't let it go. And it's going to be, when I go to bed later, it's going to be another discussion about how her anxiety is brought up because of my behavior, which is probably true. And I said, listen, I'm a weapon. You have aimed me at things before and gotten what you wanted. She's the first to go, you need to go to the counter. Like if we need something done at an airline counter or somewhere, I go. And I'm really good. I'm really good. I don't use the same type of language that I used with this person.
I wouldn't imagine.
Because they have cops.
They have cops. Yeah. They have cops.
There's police present.
So I said, listen, it's a weapon, and sometimes people get killed. And that's how I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And so
don't say that after you said you followed a lady with a hat on.
She's very upset. And she kept saying, well, I'm worried about the house. I go, who should be worried? That person, because I know where she lives. And my wife's like, wait, what? And I was like, I don't know. I'm losing it, man. I'm hanging on.
I look forward to the police summoning the footage from this episode.
Yeah.
Knock on my door going, so you were a part of the podcast where Mr. Kaler, would you say admitted to? I don't know, man.
Gosh.
I don't know.
I had a bad connection.
I almost,
Parents Lounge.
and I'm ashamed about this, but I almost picked it up and then ran up and rubbed it in her hair. I was just going to rub it in her hair. I really was.
Her hair? No.
Yeah, I was going to do that. And it was messy.
Yucky.
It was like a puddle of
yucky.
crap. Hey, what's up, Brent? Anyway, that's enough of I'm not done. If I would do can we do a spin-off of Dumb Dads of like really angry dads? Is that another? Do you guys
here's the thing.
Do you lose your cool?
It's going to all find you. It's going to be really funny in a week to you. What you could have said, what happened. That's where a lot of the stuff comes from. Like, and something insane happened, and then a couple weeks later, you can find the funny parts.
No, unless my
Get
house
rid
gets
of the
burned down, and
frustration.
then
Let's
Yeah.
let's
I
house
don't
gets burned
think
down.
she's gonna mess with you because she's already seen what you're capable of.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was scary. I can be super terrifying. I have very angular features. I got a Germanic look to me. Like
There's a
people can
certain
go
crazy
south.
William Defoe-ishness to you.
I got a little green
Yeah,
goblin.
there is a bit of
There's
that.
definitely some green goblin in there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys
flying out of your
do
garage on one of those things?
Do you guys in normal life have you lost your cool, or you both seem like pretty cool cats?
Like,
man.
Unloaded on like another person. Here's the thing: I haven't had anybody poop in my yard in
That you
front
know
of
of.
me. No, definitely has happened. You definitely walk up and go, "Well, that's my day," and gotten mad about that. I don't know that I've lost it on people. I think I'm kind of a pushover, a little bit. I don't know, Evan. Evan, you fly off the handle.
Do I? You want me to right now? Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think probably also maybe getting older. It's like, it's not worth it. It's like it's gonna take a lot to have me, I could, I guess, if I got really heated at somebody like that, and then they're kind of
Yeah, I mean that's
I see, I understand, I sympathize with you in the fact that it's like, hey, you're gonna clean that up. It's like, no, I'm not at all. It's like, well, and then doesn't even acknowledge, maybe not like, look, I'm sorry, I don't have, but I'm sure it wasn't like that at all. It's very
She went
defensive,
older
almost
ground.
as if it didn't happen.
yeah.
And so I could, then it's like, what are we doing here? Then it's going to be really easy to get mad. But when somebody's asking for it, it's hard not. I mean,
My wife has caught me though, like looking through the blinds at some lady whose dog is pooping, and I'm just talking to her through the glass, and I'm just going, "You pick that up? You better! I swear to God, if you
better.
don't pick that up, I'm gonna lose it. Are you good? I'm right now."
uh-huh.
And then they picked it up.
And then they picked it
I
up.
always
Yeah.
just go
Lucky
out.
for them.
Because I told them.
Once I because I kind of take Evan's route and I see them, but once I see them start, if I don't see a bag, I'm immediately ready to take it. I immediately go out on the porch like I'm getting the mail, and then I escalate it and be as loud as possible so they feel compelled, and then they ignore me.
That's smart. That's smart. I love all that.
Well, also, Jason, your son took a dump on your neighbor's lawn. So I mean,
No, he took a dump on our sidewalk.
Oh, he did on your sidewalk. Okay, yeah.
Uh-huh.
In
So the
my
communal
defense, I mean,
area.
he lawyered me on that because I did say he could go to the bathroom outside, and I never specified only number one in our backyard where people will never see. And then
that was an easy way to teach the boy how to
That's
go to the
like-
bathroom. It was like, hey, you go outside, and they think, well, this is cool, I can do this. And then you're like, then just a lot of backtracking. Well, technically, no.
So you got
sort
some
of
doggy bags and cleaned that up.
yeah.
So-
I did, yeah. Actually, that's how I got rid of it.
I would do it on the poor dog, rub it on the dog. That's funny. I mean, I have a dog.
Teach the
I have
dog a lesson.
too. I have to pick up his poop all
Yeah.
the time, and then we're a few blocks away from apartments, so the people in the apartments just walk by the nice homes and go, "Hey, what do I care? I live in an apartment," and just let dogs crap.
Right. It sounds
It is
like
a
she's
crime,
asking
I
for it to
believe,
be
right?
on her.
It is a finable offense.
It is here.
It
I
is
don't know
here.
about there.
It's a huge
Look,
fine. You have to curb your dog, or it's a crime.
If it's a finable offense outside of Scranton, Pennsylvania, it certainly is in your neighborhood.
Here was my mistake. Here's what I should have done, and next time I will. I didn't take a photo. I should have just walked right up to her, taken out my camera, taken a photo, and then very calmly said, "Hey, are you going to pick that up? And if you don't have a bag, I have a bag." Like I should have done it obviously.
Yeah,
but
because otherwise you're going to be on next door on
Jamie,
the front
do you know
page.
how excited I would be if I was just scrolling TikTok and I came across you from a weird angle of a phone, just unloading on someone? And I was like,
dude,
oh my.
I would repost
This
that.
lady-
I would share that to my page.
That filled me with such joy. I don't blame you. That stuff's infuriating.
I unfurled.
But
It was
isn't it funny though?
it
Because
was
you
like
can kind of see that the woman was doing that thing. Like we don't know where her brain was going to be at before you called her out,
Mhm.
but just the way that you approached her, she was like, I'm going to stand my ground. And in her head, she was probably like, I shouldn't have done this. This is getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe.
Boy,
She
wow,
seemed,
that's
she was very confident and very comfortable with the whole situation.
yeah.
You know what we need? We need a mom's point of view on this. So I think
Okay.
maybe we should ask Kate Mulligan about if dogs defecate on her front yard. If you caught somebody whose dog pooped on your front lawn and didn't pick it up, how would you respond?
Let me just real quick take my 75 milligrams of Zoloft, and then I'll get right back to you.
Oh.
Hey,
Today's program is
Not a-
brought to you by Zoloft.
Not a prop, guys.
do
Not
we
a
have a
prop.
Zoloft sponsorship deal? I don't, or is it dumb
Honestly,
dads have it? It's a
Can
dumb
I
dads
tell
deal.
you, if that were that, I would be speaking from the heart on that one. Hey, I used to punch muffins, but now Zoloft. You guys have heard the muffin punching story now. Anyway,
No, I don't know anything about it.
I punched a muffin once. We call it the muffin punch. My husband, I had just had a baby. Husbands, how are your
Yeah.
wives when they just have a baby?
Mine was delightful.
Yeah, mine was
Yours
great. We
yours
went
had a
dancing
stroke
that
and
night.
couldn't talk. That's why you're saying she's delightful.
No, the 6 days up to the stroke, she was.
Okay.
I mean-
we're all a touched at the time.
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like.
yeah, it's
Sure.
emotions run pretty high after
Yeah.
a baby.
So if you say you're gonna go get coffee from the Earth Cafe, and your
Uh-oh.
wife says, "Call it in," and he says, "I like it hot," and then you're gone for 45 minutes because you didn't call in your order to the Earth Cafe, what do you think happens when you get home with a muffin for your wife?
I'm afraid to
I think
answer.
she punches it. I think
Sounds
she-
like the muffin's in
I-
trouble.
I mean, there's like 4 idiot dads here going, wait, what? The muffin?
I literally, he came back in and I was like,
Was the coffee hot?
The
Yeah, was
coffee,
it-
he had the hottest coffee of his life. Meanwhile, I'm waiting 45 minutes for a muffin because he wouldn't call the order in.
So I see you've got past all this.
Oh, the Zoloft works.
The 4 of us, the only thing
give it
in
10
all
minutes.
4 the only thing in all 4 of our heads right now is like, wait, did she eat the muffin or not? You ate the
No.
muffin,
You
right?
don't understand. I
No,
literally
the muffin was no good at that point.
because you have to understand he comes in and this was the mistake. I was like, where have you been? Why couldn't you just have called it in? I've been 45 minutes alone with a newborn crying and I'm hungry and I just had a nurse again. And he was like, I don't understand what the big deal is.
Oh, that's
That's
all
not the.
right. Yeah.
That's not. That was
Well,
not
he's
the.
That's
right
not the
mistake.
play.
I mean, that's
So I
that's
literally
like
went like this.
that's like dumb.
And I just laid myself directly flat on the floor. At which point he's like, okay, I'm really sorry about this. I'm really sorry about this. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm
And I broke the
uncomfortable.
plate when I punched the muffin. Didn't eat the muffin.
There's such a logic flaw to it because he's not hungry. It's not his muffin. It's your muffin. You're hungry, and then you punched the. You should have hit him and ate the muffin. I'm so confused about the muffin.
Why did
abuse.
you hit him?
You're worried about the logic of the moment?
Yeah, there's no logic to it.
Well, you broke
Like
the
my-
plate, which I feel like
I
is
had
excessive.
logic. There was a woman, the dog pooped. I unleashed on her. That's a
Oh,
logic
yeah.
where you can
Well,
call it a
listen,
change.
I
you-
think.
Oh,
I think
see,
I
see.
understand. Kate is saying, Jamie, you should have punched the poop.
You got punch the poop. That's
You
right.
should have punched the poop.
Okay,
That's right.
Yeah.
now
And then-
we're on to something. Now I get it. Now I get it.
Kevin, Evan, I cannot tell you how excited I am that you guys are back on. You are my absolute favorite content on
Hi.
the internet.
Wow, thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Are you exhausted because you put something new out every single day?
Yes.
Yeah.
I honestly,
Yeah.
I'm like, I would like to be funny on the internet, and then I see what it takes, and I'm like, I would like to be funny in a bedroom somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to be funny to someone nearby.
I've been described as funny in a bedroom.
we so our 2 littlest kids go to preschool in the same little school, and there's a playground nearby. And so today we went to go pick them up, and then we spent the morning while the other kids, while they were in school, we spent the morning writing and filming, and then we went to go pick them up, and then we spent time at the playground like we normally do, and we spent like the first 15 minutes talking about how tired we were today. That's what we talked about.
That's
Well, I'm
fine.
tired because I did this last night. Oh yeah, well I woke up and I did this. That's what we talked about. How tired we were.
But it's also you don't put out doozies. That's the other thing. Like everything you put out is good.
Well, that's very kind of
It
you to
is
say.
What's
Well,
the
we
secret?
already, Kate, you weren't here, but the word genius has already been bandied about.
It was,
Oh,
We were not a part of that
we
conversation.
banned that word.
yeah. Listen,
Actually, they brought it up. They
I was gonna
said,
say.
would you say the word genius? I said, I guess if you want me to,
You,
I
you
will.
got you got the intro email.
Yeah.
Yeah. They gave me the intro. You should see the green room, what they want. I mean, it's a virtual show, and I had to like slice
You had to
mango and
Postmates.
Toblerone in their
Yeah.
green room.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, you had to
painful.
Postmates a bunch of stuff over there.
You know, it's crazy.
Genius,
No, I seriously
handsome, and
though.
funny in the bedroom.
Listen,
We're there now.
That's what I'm.
We're good.
Why is the food cold and your face red? Joey Steeler says. Is that in regards to the muffin?
I'm not sure. I just post these things.
Oh, okay. Well, Joey Steelers, the muffin was cold, but I wasn't worried about that. The muffin was late. That's what I was
I
worried
think
about.
Joey Steele. I think that's a two-parter. I think that goes after the first one. That was me today on the Mexican restaurant
Oh,
food
yeah.
pickup. After two
Oh,
margaritas and 2 beers, came back home. She's like, "This food is this. Why is this food cold and your face red?"
Oh, gotcha.
So- You read the punchline without the setup.
It was only what was. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Evan and Kevin are here.
Well, this was going extremely well. This was
Yeah.
going. I was killing until.
So just let me see if I can put this together. So far, you guys did hellos, and then Jamie commandeered the night with a story about a woman that he screamed at.
Pretty honestly,
That's exactly what happened.
if that was a Yelp
wanted to
review,
hear
that
it.
would be it verbatim.
That
And
would
then
be-
there'd be like one star. I hated this guy. Everyone else was very nice, but he wouldn't stop talking about screaming at a woman whose dog pooped. And so I'm gonna let it go, and we'll move on to Super Bowl. Oh, actually, can I share one other thing, and then I'm gonna leave for the rest of
Yes.
the night.
No. I do
Okay,
want to just
yeah.
clarify. The dog pooped on the yard, and she went to pick it up, or she did not go to pick it up.
Oh, she walked away. I caught her a half block away,
Oh, I'm with you.
and it
by
was
the
a
way.
messy. It wasn't
No, no.
like
I'm suddenly Team Jamie all the way.
okay.
I thought you
were.
didn't
I
want just
thought
a
you
dog pooping on your lawn. I'm like,
No,
if they clean
and
it
then-
up,
He's like 5 years from that.
Yeah, he's pretty close.
Five.
I think he's way closer
You
than
got the little
five.
I mean,
sign.
I think he's
I
5
won't
months
get
from that.
Trust me, it's before the summer's over. Trust me.
Why don't we see
and
how
then
a
we gave her
dog
bag.
takes a dump on his yard tomorrow and how he reacts? Let's figure that out.
We gave her a bag and she still didn't pick it up. My wife went over and gave her a bag, and so did the neighbor. And she still walked around the block and goes, I go, well, where do you live? And she wouldn't tell me, so I followed her.
Really?
Now I know exactly where she lives.
Tell me
I don't know
it's
the
the
exact
Brady. Tell me
apartment.
it's the Brady Bunch house.
I don't.
Taylor.
It is. She lives in a
LA.
tent behind the Brady Bunch house.
That's what it is.
Can you get subpoenaed for a?
Was it
podcast?
Eve Plum?
It was Eve Plum, which is weird because I was such a big. I was like Jan. And whatever. So
yeah.
just to follow up, because Kevin had actually watched last week's with the Tooth Fairy conversation.
Oh,
Which,
yes.
by the
Yes,
way,
I want to know about this.
Tooth Fairy is going to have to come back because 2 more teeth. She's got like almost the whole front row. She's like the kid from
gone.
Stranger
Yeah.
Things.
Once they
And so
all start
that-
going,
That's right.
once
And
they all
so you
start
just,
going,
like,
it's
just pull them
Also,
all.
saying she's like the kid from Stranger Things is like saying your kid is like Corky from Life Goes On.
Well,
Like
no,
it's
the kid has
not.
the
It's
kid has
actually like he has a disability. Like he had a thing.
no, he has a disability where he has no teeth.
Yeah. But I'm
He's
just
not
saying, like you
Corky.
can't like
He
I'm
doesn't
saying
have
you
Down
can't be like my
syndrome.
kid's eyes are crossed. She's like
He has
Corky
no
from Life Goes
teethitis.
On.
I don't know what it's called. Whatever.
Evan
Listen,
and Kevin, I just want to take the time to apologize to the both of you for my co-hosts and what is happening right now.
anyway, get to so
I'm
this.
gonna turn the AC on in my house.
so
Here's
why is
the
it so
trick.
hot in here?
I had to ask what I said. Oh, what's well, the Tooth Fairy always leaves a letter, right? And then she was like, oh yeah. And I said, we should pull those out because whatever the new one is, we'll want to put it with them. And they were like, perfect. And so they pulled them all out so I could
You're a
see it.
genius.
And so this was
Is that your handwriting?
no, God no.
Okay,
Oh,
but
that's
let's
the-
study it.
Okay.
That was the Tooth Fairies. That was my
Okay.
wife's, and
Okay, I
my
was gonna
wife
say
was
you
on
are
it.
a true lady, Kayla.
That's so fun. The Tooth Fairy is one
So,
of those fun.
Took me about an hour. Very slowly. I did that.
This, by the way,
this-
this is the same handwriting that woman's gonna find on a note on her door. Pick up your dog poop, or it will be the last walk you take. That's
Pretty
the
good,
same
It's
though.
gonna be like it's just gonna be
Jimmy, I
like,
like
why did
yours,
a
man.
child-
It's-
why did a
This,
kid
this
write the
summer I
threat
had
note?
fun at camp. We jumped in the lake a lot.
It's like a letter from like the 1880s where, John, I expect you to come west soon. It gets delivered by a horse. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Enough
Well,
of
good for you
me.
though. That's great.
Yeah,
Really nice.
that was innovative. I have to
Really,
say.
Yeah, I'm
really
real
nice.
innovative. You know how I do it.
How long
That
how long
was a
did that take?
scramble, though.
I'm sorry if you already answered that. How long did that take you?
I think it took him an hour.
An hour?
Took me
Did
like
you
an
say?
hour. I had to go like this. I was on, and then by the end, I was like going like two hands,
Cramping
like
so hard.
I was like a calligrapher. I don't know. All right, enough of me. I've already wasted too much. Kevin and Evan, guys, the dumb dads.
Hey.
I love that you guys doing the show. And honestly, I am in awe of your material. I'm in awe because I see other people who are like, I don't think it's as hard when it's like, hey, here's another dance step. Or, hey, here's one more shot of my cleavage to go with the other 300 on my Instagram.
That
You
is
guys are
what-
literally
where Kevin
writing
started.
Now I feel
complete
personally attacked.
storylines. And
You're
I
doing
mean,
great, Jason.
when's the show coming? When is the full
when is
22
the show
minutes show coming?
Don't know.
I don't know. We
Somebody.
clearly want to do that. Evan and I
Yeah.
are tinkering with a pilot. That would be the goal. Would be to do a Dumb Dads television show for sure.
'Cause You're
Yeah.
actually great actors. Like that's the thing.
Oh,
Like,
thank
even,
you.
Even the
Okay,
one
slow
Evan-
down, please.
Okay, I mean you're no Kaylor. You guys, the princess needs to be. She just needs to make sure that she's still the favorite. You're still the favorite, Kaylor.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Kate.
But no, like I like today. Was it today, Kevin? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it shows me things in the wrong order. But you posted one about the parent teacher conference, and it's the dad that obviously is like, yeah, I was so worried about this, whatever. But at some point, you did like this thing that like a teacher absolutely does. Where it's like, no, like you did like a thing, and I was like, God, you're just actually good actors. Evan, I have an example for you too. I just don't have it with me.
That's fine.
He does all the research here. What has been happening with your kids lately, though? Any landmark events? I mean, obviously, I was dealing with the tooth fairy and shenanigans, but I'm in 2nd and 4th grade. You have preschoolers
And 2nd grader for me and a 1st grader for Kevin. My son has ran through the gamut of teeth situation already in his life. He's 8. He's lost like 8 teeth. He had an expander. He has braces.
Did you get them pulled?
He had a tooth pulled at one point to make room for more teeth coming down. It's been like a whole thing.
Tooth?
No, he just his like the teeth coming in weren't allowing other teeth to come in. There was no room, so they had to like put an expander in his mouth and like all this stuff, which I mean, now they kind of they say they do it backwards, like it used to be. You know, like my wife had braces in high school and stuff, and it's because they're like, okay, let's all let everybody file in and then figure out what to do with them. And now they think of it differently. They think of let's guide them into place. But, you know, so it did help them quite a bit. Like last year in school here, everybody was in masks. And so it did. I don't really think he's embarrassed at this point, 7 or 8 years old, about braces. But if he felt embarrassed because of his teeth at all, it was just wearing a mask anyway. But yeah. I mean, he's kind of really gone through it. So we've done multiple tooth fairy letters and like all that kind of stuff.
Have your kids ever been as sick as they are this year?
As sick?
Yeah. Are your kids getting sick at all or no? My kids.
My dog. My careful, Evan. Careful. All right.
He gave you. He was like, it was gleeful. He was like,
I want to see them. I want to see them. I want to see them fight so badly.
Yeah, it's well, I already jinxed myself once doing that kind of.
That's why I'm saying
I know.
My daughter got pneumonia when she was like 3 and had to go in and get a breathing treatment. And that was as dicey as it got for a while. And then the past, I don't know, couple months, my house was plagued with it all. I mean, they all got the flu, and then they got something else in between that. Then they had colds. I thought it was RSV, but it wasn't, because they had like colds, they had the flu, and then I called the doctor to be like, do we need to do anything? Because like she doesn't have a flu anymore, but she's got a cough, and they were like, bring her in. We want to see if she has RSV. And I was like, sure. I bring her in. They were like, no, she doesn't have RSV. She has strep. And I was like, great. I was like, cool.
Jason
Who had that on the
Jason
bingo
has
card?
COVID. They all have COVID right now.
All 5 of us have COVID right now.
You have it
Oh,
too,
wow.
Jason?
Oh,
Kate just
Yeah,
went
as
through
of this
prep.
morning, I tested positive.
But it's so different than when you had Delta. Because you almost
Oh my
died
god!
during
No,
Delta.
I'm not currently like dying.
Yeah, okay.
Probably tomorrow.
Okay, fun. Everybody say goodbye to Jason.
Yeah.
Bye, Jason.
But then
I'm,
yeah,
like,
then they all
I'm glad
started
these guys were here for my final show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this was great.
Bye. It was an honor.
And then it all started like kind of calming down. And then my son, just like one morning, like I think it was like a Saturday or something, he just like came and sat on the couch next to me. And my daughter did the same thing when she had pneumonia, which was like came in and I was like, "What's up, dude?" And just like sat down next to me quietly, and then was really chill, which children aren't, and was
Yeah.
just sitting next to me going. And kids are hilarious because like he's not saying anything. He's not like, "I'm having a tough time over here. How you doing? Is it feel weird in here?" He
Is
was
the
just
air
like,
thicker for you too, Dad?
it's like, "Oh, I'm like dad now. I wheeze in the morning. I
Yeah.
guess I had
Oh
3
my
good
God.
years."
Oh my God.
Yeah,
He's like,
but
how
then
did
I
I
took
wake
him
up
in.
in Denver? Ugh.
So then they took him in, and he had RSV, and he had to get a bunch of breathing treatments. It's like oxygen. We got an oximeter. That's like a little tip that we tell people. Like when COVID first happened, we got an oximeter, and that's the
Yeah.
little thing that goes on your finger that reads your oxygen levels.
My
Thing's
wife
great to
has
have.
one. My wife has one,
Ooh.
and she'll be
And
like,
we
she'll go like, "It's 98. Wait, it just went down to 97. Should we go to the hospital?" I'm like, I think it's gonna be okay. I think it's gonna be
96, you're good, and then
Yeah, do you know the levels?
not anything like so. Basically, below 96, you should call your doctor. Below
Mhm.
92, you should go to the ER.
Yeah.
And my son was at 93, 92, like 92, 93. He was floating.
Ugh.
They brought him in and they gave him like 2 breathing treatments, some steroids, and then an inhaler. Now he's
So-
fine.
I have a friend who is an ER doc.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
now he's fine.
Yeah.
He's back to 2 packs a day. No, I have a friend who's an ER doc who basically said, he said that there was a guy that came in because I was like, well, tell me what it was like to be an ER doc during COVID. He was like, there's no just ask specifics because I couldn't describe to you what and I was like, well, like,
Yeah.
did you when people would come in, like, would you know there? He's like, a guy came in with a 53% blood not blood alcohol
Blood alcohol.
oximeter.
That would have been me.
Sorry,
Jamie.
That would have been.
that was
Caitlin.
Jamie. And then he said,
He-
and we told him he was the best actor in the room. And then we
Yeah.
sent him
Yeah.
to a room
Yeah.
to sleep it off, and he's fine now.
Yeah.
No, the oxygen saturation was like 53%.
53.
And they
Wow.
knew the guy wasn't going to live. But you have to treat
Sure.
anyway. But they knew that
Yeah.
guy walked in and was going to die.
Yeah.
Wow.
53 is
like-
bad. 50. It feels like half. It feels like, well, it's just half.
They're just
Not-
like, there's
Yeah.
no.
Not good.
And I was like, so
Yeah.
do you like say to him, like, there's no, you're not making it out of this. He's like, no, you can't. Like, and I was like, I just don't
Yeah.
understand how you do this.
Yeah.
But,
I don't, that's
Yeah.
Sounds like an oxygen half empty kind of doctor.
Yeah, there it is. Bringing death.
Good night, everyone.
yeah. That's,
Good
don't
night,
forget to tip your waitress.
everybody. We like to cheer people up with this show. That's how we play.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my job specifically.
Oh, wow.
So
Yes,
we
Mulligan.
just got-
Everyone has been sick. Yes.
Well, I know because my friends are all making me feel like it's just me.
No.
They're like,
Everyone.
they're like,
everyone I
something's
talk
in
to-
your house.
No,
Something's
it's
in your
not.
house. And I'm like,
Evan
mean,
did that to
something-
me. Evan did that to me for weeks until his daughter got RSV. Then suddenly he's like, "We need to take it seriously. It's like it's not funny. Their little bodies when they're so sick, it's so sad."
They're so vulnerable. How could you be smiling? Why are you smiling?
I loved when you were saying when Evan was like, dude, I can't believe there's no eggs. And you were like, there were no eggs or Tylenol in December. Like you're just
Oh,
like
on the
somehow
podcast.
delayed.
Yeah, Evan was real
Mike's all
behind.
about right now.
That was really funny.
You know,
'cause
there's no Tylenol. Like, yeah.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
one of our podcasts. I was
Come on.
giving
Oh,
Evan
that's
so
right.
much
Children's
trouble.
Tylenol. There was no
Children's
children's
Tylenol.
Tylenol anywhere,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
a black
I was giving
market.
Evan all this trouble about like the RSV because Evan was just like, this is kind of crazy. I don't know if you know about this. I was like, everyone knows about this. And then like
Yeah.
2 minutes later, Evan's like, oh, by the way, everyone's out of Tylenol. I was like, they've been out of Tylenol since December.
Where they were selling it for crazy prices on like Amazon or something.
I'm
could
going to
buy
give you
it-
guys a hot tip right now.
I'm sure.
Oh, Jesus.
If you need
Oh,
children's
here
Tylenol and you happen
know
to
a
be
guy?
taking a flight,
You have a doctor who gives
airports
fun
still
COVID
have
stories?
it. the airport.
Oh.
I was able to buy some when I was flying over break. I was able to buy some from an airport. And then also, if you go to the CVS travel section, I found little vials. It's like $5 for 4 vials, which is like for our second graders is only like, that's only 2 doses, but it's there. So
Buy an $800 plane ticket and I can
if you happen to be flying, you're in luck. If you don't, I don't know. Yeah, the first part's not real good advice.
That is good. That is good. I bought what is it? Children's Mucinex because that has acetaminophen in it.
Yes.
Smart.
That's our emergency backup. That's my little tip.
It's what I actually was trying to figure out. I was like, oh, I know, like, so there was like the reason there's egg shortage is like a big truck with all of the eggs and just like a bunch of trucks crashed. And then there was a big mess in the road. And the only thing that dissolves eggs is children's Tylenol. I mean, I don't know. You explain why both of those things are out. Like how are both of those things out at the same time?
Because the egg truck had to crash into another truck. It was the Tylenol truck.
Okay, thank you. There.
That's what it was.
There it is.
Call up the Tylenol people. We got to get the egg off the freeway.
What are you guys doing now for the Super Bowl? For the Super Bowl weekend, do you have any plans?
Well,
I mean, it's a dumb dad show.
I'm visiting. I'm visiting my parents because my mother's birthday was 2 weeks ago, which we had to miss because my son had RSV. So now we're.
Where are you flying to your mother?
No, I can't get Tylenol. I can't.
I was like,
no, I'll be driving. They're in Palm Springs. They're the Palm Springs area. So
that sounds actually pretty great.
It's pretty nice going over there.
Do they winter there or do they live there year round?
They live there year round, which is wild because when you go there in the dead of summer, I mean, it's like you got the town to yourself. It's
because it's 120 degrees outside.
Yeah, you get over it.
Yeah.
You get over it. You just need a little Tylenol.
Tylenol, nah.
Yeah.
Tylenol.
Are you even football fans at all? Do you care about the game?
I used to care more. Now I don't care much.
I care. I'm pretty excited for it. I play.
That was kind of the point because I remember before, like we did a bit for Sirius that we just sent in for about the Super Bowl, and I was writing this thing and I was thinking about like before kids. It's like a national holiday, man. You were like juggling which party you were gonna go to. It was like an event. You were like, here we go. It's gonna be a tear. And now with kids, you're like, everyone's like, what are you doing? I go, sit on the couch, I guess, and just watch the.
Yeah, hopefully you catch most of it.
I don't want to go to someone's house and have anxiety for 4 hours.
Where's my kid? Where's my kid? Where's my kid?
Yeah.
I want to watch the game alone and have anxiety because I gambled too much. That's what I mean.
Do you gamble at all? Do you guys gamble?
No.
Once in a while, I go to Vegas every year with my buddies since we bet on like NFL games and stuff. So, but that's about the extent of it. Some sports gambling and small stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the game. I follow the NFL. I play fantasy football and stuff. So, but I also know that I'll probably play. I know that I'll probably see like 2/3 of the game because you can't just sit there and watch the whole game and not parent at all.
Yeah.
It is crazy. Before I had kids, I remember like watching whole baseball games. I'd get like the whole package and I would watch I'd have the Red Sox on in the afternoon from like 4 to 7. I'd watch a good hunk of the game. I haven't watched a half an inning since my kids. I can't even get through a pitch count. I'm like, I can't get through one batter anymore. I'm like, how does anybody watch this thing?
Jamie, how old are your kids again?
7 and 9, second grade and fourth grade.
Neither of them have any interest in watching that because I was thinking of trying to get my daughter in, and she's almost 7, and I was like, can I get her to start watching baseball or something? I know she won't watch all of it. It's baseball, but
we'll watch this. Like one daughter plays soccer and one swims, but no, they'll watch like equestrian events. Really, that's if there's horses like polo, they'll go like, oh yeah, I'll watch that, but nothing else. They won't watch it.
That's what I watch the most of.
I don't even watch a baseball game when I'm at a baseball stadium.
No.
Well, that's part of baseball.
I watched less at the stadium. I've always said that. If I went with friends to watch a baseball game, pre-kids, we'd watch most of the game on the TV. If I go to the stadium, no, it's not happening.
No,
we're talking the whole time.
Yeah.
But that's part of baseball. That's that's hanging out during the game, watch a little bit of the game when it gets interesting. That's part of going to the ball game.
But it also feels like there's not another sport that has those kind of lulls. Like maybe
not every sport goes 4.5 hours long.
Okay, you don't have to get defensive, Evan.
You could go watch golf, but you have to whisper.
No, I watch golf. I love golf.
Golf feels more high stakes than baseball. Baseball, it's just like they even walk up to the plate, they kick the bat a couple times,
is way
they take
more
a
high
few
stakes.
swings.
You only make money if you win or you play, so you don't get paid if you don't make the cut. Yeah, golf is way higher.
Golf is I feel like golf is
yeah, I love golf. I
think it's also the whispering.
Pebble Beach Pro-Am. I want to play in the Pro-Am so bad.
Yeah.
Golf
How do we do that? How do we get into the Pro-Am? That's all any of this.
You guys are definitely. You're getting closer. You're getting closer. That should be the pinnacle of what you guys want. As
golf is so much more fun to watch because golf is so much more fun to watch because there's so many players. So every time they go to it, they're just like, he really needs to make this putt in order to, to go one under and then tie with it. And you're like, yeah, okay. And then in baseball, they're just like, it's crazy. 73 years ago, a man ate 42 hot dogs in one game as follows it out to right field. Anyway, he ate 43 hot dogs. It's
just filler.
They're bored, and there's so much filler in baseball. It's hilarious.
So that's why
you're going to have some good stories.
Yeah.
You think about how good Vin Scully was to be able to He spoke for 4.5 hours about nothing.
Nothing.
Also, I realized golf and tennis and gymnastics are the only places too where fashion's on display. Baseball, everybody's just wearing the same uniform. Basketball, but golf, which Nikes?
Oh, dude,
shirts
the
LPGA
is hot.
Yeah.
Ugh, collegiate.
But also,
that is funny. I never thought about that.
What's Serena Williams wearing today?
That is funny. I've never thought about that. That is kind of because you just wear whatever you want. You're a team of one.
You're a team of one. You're just wearing I don't know.
I think about those sports because I don't miss them. My friends are like, you don't get. I go, I couldn't care less. I've seen them and I don't care. I kind of am angry that I even played football. My kids are playing. One's playing soccer and one's swimming, which is great, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But I look back and I'm like, I wish I'd have played golf, tennis, sports that and learned a language and piano. You're like, why did I go play football? I could have done all these other things.
This just goes back to him wanting to be a quadruple threat actor, so he can play piano, he can do his own stunts.
I could have used that time more efficiently, is what I'm saying.
I played golf in high school. That's how cool I was.
Did you really? That is cool.
I did play golf in high school, and let me tell you how awesome it is when you do like golf. Now, because I was in high school when Tiger Woods became a thing, so golf was all of a sudden out of nowhere really cool.
Yes.
So I played golf in high school, and it was, honestly, it was so fun. I would go to high school and then go get my clubs and go to the course and play 18 holes for free 5 days a week. It was amazing. And then you get out of high school and it's golf is how much?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, that's what happens. You don't play it because unless it's a country club sport. That's why it was all rich kids until Tiger Woods kind of cracked it open with the neighborhood kid. But yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I kind of want to join a country club so my kids can play tennis and golf. I really do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they're sports you'll play your whole life. It's
yeah.
I'm not having a pickup football game this weekend. I can tell you that. I know.
Do you think when you guys bet on football games, it might also be prudent to start betting on which players are going to have CTE? No?
When they offer it they don't offer the lines. So
I'm just saying.
It's not really I was the one who
I thought I was the one who kept bringing the show down, but apparently it's Mulligan.
No, it's definitely me. What are we talking about?
Hey, really quick, is anyone have brain damage or does anyone get sick a lot? Anyone sick? Strep or RSV or brain damage? Anybody?
Can I just be honest? Are we not shocked that football is still a sport? How many more wives have to be abused or murdered for football to officially just not be a sport anymore?
Can't. You pull her out of the show.
Am I wrong?
I
will say this. Lie.
Here's why I am not surprised it's still a sport. Because what was that movie Will Smith did? Was it called Concussion? The movie where he's the doctor?
Yeah.
I think it was called King Richard. How dare you?
I believe it was Emancipation. It was one of those three.
Yeah.
But when he was doing concussion, the NFL allowed the movie to be a sponsor of NFL games. So they were like, the Patriots Jets game is brought to you by Concussion. Go ahead and see it, and I guarantee you they'll be back there next week. Anyway, here's the movie. They were so confident,
and still
in the
nobody
NFL,
watched it.
They promoted the movie that they were like so confident that like it doesn't matter.
Nobody watched it. Listen, are you like me where you're like, listen, you can complain all you want. No one's holding a gun to your head. They paid you $40 million to go get smashed in the head, dude. A lot of people would take that money and go. Barry Sanders said, 29 and get out. Gronkowski get out. Listen.
Yeah, Barry Sanders retired really young.
You think the dudes who built the Brooklyn Bridge and had, diver's disease or something, that's your job, man. If you either take the hits or don't. I don't know. Football's going to go away.
Are you practicing for your conversations at the country club?
I'm waiting to get canceled. I just listen.
It's part of his interview.
You are being compensated, man, for what you're. I love when these guys they like light up the owners or whatever of the team and go, "Oh, you're not treating me right." You mean when he gave you $60 million, he didn't treat you properly? I don't know, dude. Don't play then. Go get a job. I don't care.
I just don't think I've ever.
Like my football. I like guys hitting. I want to see hitting.
I've never been anywhere close to that type of athlete. Again, as I previously stated, I played golf in high school.
Yeah. 5 days a week.
Or having been rewarded $60 million of anything. So I have I can't tell you what my opinion would be. I'm not even close to that.
I just think the problem isn't the players agreeing to get the CTE. It's the violence that erupts in their life against other people is the issue. Like, is a random person that's going to get into a car accident signing off on, I really hope this guy loses their shit on me because they've got brain damage. Like, no one else, like that person's not getting paid $60 million for that guy to have brain damage. I just feel like I don't know. It's just wild to me.
So you worry, your real worry is collateral damage from the insane zombie.
Well, I don't know how many more
videos
do we need. How many more videos do we need of guys dragging their girlfriends out of elevators before we realize? Like,
listen, that's not just football players. That's a lot of guys. So
is it not?
It's not just football players, but I agree. Anybody who gets caught doing that and having violence towards somebody else, yeah, of course.
Seems to be a very football problem.
I will say for a lot of these guys to get hit in the head for $60 million, it is kind of a gun to their head because a lot of them are so poor. It's like they don't have a choice. They're risking, in a way, they're risking their lives so their families will be more secure. Yeah. So there is that.
Yeah. Oh, look at that aspect of it. I'm team Dad.
These dudes have been most of those guys who are in the pros never had. And nowadays, actually, that's not true because they're making millions of dollars in high school. That girl who just got picked number 1 in the MLS draft out of Harvard Westlake, the girl soccer player, she was the number 1 draft pick. She's also like the 6th fastest human in the state or something insane. She's unbelievably talented. Wow. She already signed a deal with Nike like sophomore year of high school for because now it's wide open, which is great, I think, because the college kids can make that much money now.
But she goes to Harvard Westlake. That means she's already the richest kid in California.
Actually, no, she was probably they have scholarships for athletes. It's probably a scholarship.
For kids. Yeah.
Okay.
My buddy's son.
How do we get signed by Nike for just dad clothes? That's what I want to know. I want to be signed by Nike for just like sweatsuits.
They're like, I've seen you slouch. We don't want to see you in our clothes.
Under Armour sent me a large check to stop wearing their stuff.
A cease and desist order. What? We haven't sponsored you at all. No, we're saying please don't wear our clothes. We beg you. You look terrible in them. They look absolutely awful.
We don't even sell that anymore.
Did you guys watch the Grammys? Because let's talk about music. Our children's musical generation. Did you watch the Grammys at all?
As a good parent, I watched clips.
Yeah, clips on Instagram the next day.
Clips on Instagram the next day.
Yeah.
We started to watch, and then so my daughter was watching, and then Sam Smith had some crazy, unholy, satanic dance that my daughter was like, "What's he doing?" And I go, "Honestly, I have no idea what's happening right now."
I have no clue what's happening.
He's a little overweight, but that's the new thing is like, even though I'm not maybe in the best shape, I'm loud and proud, and this is I love the way I am.
Yeah, that's
My
what.
time
Yeah,
to
that's
shine.
Yeah, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. He stole my bit.
Hey, hold
How
on.
dare he?
So I don't know. We did watch the Grammys, and I had to like my 7-year-old. I was like, I don't think I should be watching this. This is really filthy. This is really disturbing.
What's
Nobody else-
I don't
everyone's
know what's going on here.
take on the way I feel about Harry Styles is like, and I know he's like, it's not actually pedophilic anymore because he's apparently 29, so it's fine. I'm allowed to like him. But the way I feel about Harry Styles, guys don't seem to like him, right?
Oh, I love him.
He makes
You
Harry
do?
Styles makes you feel some kind of way.
Oh, he makes me feel. He's my number one right now.
Me too.
Oh,
Idris
okay.
Elba got beat out in my list by Harry
Oh, wow.
Styles.
Oh,
He got bumped.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, he got bumped.
Well, you have a real type, don't you?
Yeah.
You have a very, very
Interchangeable,
specific
those
type.
two.
Very specific type.
I don't really
British.
have a
I was
take
going to say
on-
British. You like British guys.
British, just British. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
I don't know. I mean, he's I don't really have a take on him. I mean, he's
No.
a really popular singer. There is a lot of them. I don't know. Do it. I mean, I don't know. I have no take on him because I don't follow him.
love.
Do you guys fall like I try to stay up on new music with my kids?
Mhm.
So I'll listen to stuff. Do you guys? What do you listen to? Are you still playing like your 90s hip hop?
Storybots.
Is that the right term?
Yeah, the
Blippi.
Choo Choo Soul.
Sugar Ray.
The Bluey
Bluey.
album.
Bluey's a
Bluey
big
album.
one.
Story Pirates podcast.
I'm a huge
Because
Beat
we
Buds fan.
Story
Beat Buds.
Pirates. Beat Buds.
Beat Buds slap
We got
pretty
to
hard.
see the Beat Buds live. We were at
Yep.
Santa Monica Pier and they were playing. It was great.
Yeah.
You've only seen them once?
No. I've seen them multiple
Live?
times. I used to go
The-
see them with my
the
kids
birthday parties.
before the
Yeah.
pandemic. They'd
No,
play the
I've only
parks and
seen them once.
stuff.
Yeah.
And
We
every
saw them one
birthday
time
party.
together at
Every
a
birthday
big
party I've
park,
ever been
open
to.
space.
Every birthday party. It feels like there's like
Yeah.
57 different Beat Buds because every
We're
birthday
talking-
party I went to, I was like, hey, they're back.
Yeah.
Beat Buds are back.
We're talking Beat Buds, like BUDS, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like every birthday party. Yeah.
They're smoking buds. It's a
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a reefer.
that's
It's a
Yeah.
reefer.
Yes.
They light up.
Must be an LA thing.
What
Yeah,
do
they
you guys do for
hotbox all the kids
yeah.
and then they send them home.
They have a show on Nickelodeon now.
Do they?
Yeah, they
Do
did get a
Buds. They
they
have
did get a show on
cartoon
Nickelodeon. Yeah.
Yeah, they
They
got it
should
during the
have. They're like a
pandemic.
Partridge Family kind of cow sales thing.
Wow.
They were doing another, even during the pandemic when nobody was doing anything, they were doing like a live show every morning, like on YouTube. And so I'd turn on that with my kids and they'd go and get all their little fake instruments out and play with them.
was
that
really-
was a big
That was
thing
big.
during
That
the
was right
pandemic.
at the beginning. It was
Yeah.
something to do every morning, 9 a.m. We like turned on their YouTube channel. It was something.
You needed something.
Yeah.
You needed a lot of things.
I
Do you
forget
get-
how you two met each other.
Ooh, origin story. I like it.
When I moved to California in 2013, my wife and I, who had previously been doing improv and sketch comedy and stand up for a short stint, we're just kind of out here trying to figure out what to do. And a friend of my wife's from college was like, I'm part of this sketch company. You guys should, join up. And we had like missed auditions, but we submitted some of the sketches that my wife and I had done together. And they were like, you're in. That same friend also worked with Evan and gave him the same speech of just like, you should join this company. And then we all met doing sketch comedy
Where?
in,
What's the
in
company?
Hollywood.
What
It
is
was
the
called the
company?
Just a
it was
corner.
Street Jacket.
Like,
It was Street
Okay.
Jacket Society. It was at the complex
Oh yeah,
on like Santa Monica and Wilcox.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like that little
Yeah.
that theater row right there. It's very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It was
just-
fun. I mean, it was great. I mean, we just get thrown into a cast and they're like, write your show. You have an hour show. Fill it with sketches.
It was refreshing from like years of doing improv, which is just come on.
where had you done improv?
Exhausting.
I
What
did
city?
New York. I did UCB. I did the
UCB,
whole
okay.
program there.
Wow.
And then I did Groundlings out here right before the pandemic. Like I just was like,
Have
give
you
this a try.
calculated the amount of money improv cost you in your life?
Priceless.
That's a really solid answer.
That's what my 101 teacher told me to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. If you have any chance of getting to 201,
Yeah.
this is what you need to
Yeah.
memorize.
Listen, you can be on the Sunday company, but you're going to have to
Yeah.
be 95. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I first joined Acme Comedy Theater when I moved here, and I remember calling home and I told my dad, I go, "Hey, Dad, I got into this theater company." He's like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing. How much do you get paid?" And I go, "Nothing. I pay dues. I pay $50 a month to be part of the."
Yeah, I need money, by the way.
And he was like, "Hey, your son's on the phone," and he just got off. He was like, "What the?" Hung up the phone on me. But Dad, I'm doing sketches for 9 people on a Friday night, and
my cup is full, Dad.
And I have to put my own costumes together.
Is like he probably was the hot take your dad of like he's there. There's oh my god, he found a snake oil salesman and sold him pool tickets to the roof. He's paying him to. God,
I had a tackle box.
He's gonna die out there.
He'll be back in 6 months.
I had a tackle box that was filled with fake mustaches, goatees, and glasses that I would.
Did you really?
Oh my god! And it's like,
where do you think you got the hat today to wear to start the woman?
Oh my god! It's like Brokeback. Your girlfriend like puts a note in there. She's like, "Are you really going to improv class?" And she puts a note in your tackle box. And then when you gets back, it turns out all of those mustaches are on you.
I'd run off stage. I'd have like one sketch, and then I'd have to come back on and I'd have to be like. I put the spirit gum on, and then tack it, and then walk out, and immediately it would just go.
Yep, slide it off because you're so sweaty.
We used spirit gum a week ago for one of our sketches.
It's fun, super fun.
Yeah,
honestly, it was like it was really magic back. I mean, it was. It didn't. You were doing this crazy thing that you look back now and you're like, I can't believe we put so much work into it. And then we would do a show, and the director would come back. He goes, "There's only 5 people here tonight. We doing this?" And everyone would, the people would be like, "Come on, let's put on let's do it.
Yes.
We'll give these 5 people the greatest show of their lives."
Exactly. That's it.
Yep. And then halfway through the first sketch, each of us was like, "Oh, we should have canceled this thing. This is horrible.
God, it's really quiet in here. It's so quiet."
You're just hearing.
That's exactly. We had one night we did the sketch when Princess Diana died, and so the first act
have my attention.
We took intermission. At intermission, word spread like wildfire that Princess Diana had died, and we're in the dressing room, and everyone's like, "Well, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay." We go out to do the second act, and I look out in the audience and tears are streaming down people's faces as we're starting to do sketches. And the second act was like people were like crying in the audience.
Oh my god.
It was horrific. It
is so rare that I actually feel like you and I are different ages, Jamie, but like Princess Diana died while I was in middle school.
I know.
So it's like a very
I was doing sketches.
Wow.
Dude, you should have been there the night Kennedy got assassinated. That show went south quick. And the Titanic night, holy cow, we bombed hard.
Yeah. That's really good.
I gotta tell you, I loved, there was like before kids, before even marriage, really, like there was, I would get a TV show gig or a movie. There is nothing I miss the way I miss hitting a stage with stage lights on. Like there's just nothing like it. How do we get back on a stage, guys?
I'm working on it.
Have you guys, honestly, that's a really good question, because have you guys thought about a live show like so many of the other groups, Meredith Masony, they go out, they tour. You guys would have a fantastic stage show. What's the our mom pals? I'm blanking on.
Moms of Tampa?
No. Actually, they're doing stage shows too.
Your mom's comedy show?
I Mom So Hard. They're on like their third. They were really great. They sat down, they wrote a show. They're both like sketch groundling people. They wrote a show and toured it, and they started to go out and tour. Have you guys thought about trying to do that?
We have. It's so weird because I don't know what their followers like count is, but like I'll look at the analytics and I'm like, well, with the exception of New York and LA, I think we have 20 people in North Dakota. Do we want to go there?
Should we go to North Dakota?
But just looking at the numbers, it's weird when they're so scattered. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Kate. I miss doing the stage. I mean, that was the most fun. And it was weird transition. I did like a couple sketches here and there that I'd posted online and stuff. But getting into like posting something and going, I guess I'll read the comments to see if they like the jokes.
And
It's
boy,
so weird.
what a healthy way of life that feels like. Yeah, I mean, it's that. I mean, I know we joke about like small audience, but like also you feel like I always took away like if you can make 4 people laugh, your sketch is funny. You know, and like so if it's 400 people in the room, it's gonna kill. You know, so. We try to take that out of it because we had those shows as well. We did the same thing. We also had, you know, stand-up only shows, and there's just nothing like getting a room full of people like on your team, on your side, all laughing. I mean, there's like nearly nothing. Like I would love to do a live thing. I mean, I don't know. We've talked about like, would we do like a live show? Would it be like a sketch show? Would we do like maybe like some sketches and a podcast at the same time? Or I don't really know what we'd do, but
we'd have
it'd be awesome.
We'd have to get together with somebody. Be like, how do you do this?
Yeah. What would we say that we're gonna
manager or
do? What would we be allowed to do?
Yeah, we would love to.
Can I ask, and maybe I've misinterpreted it, but I believe all of us are the stay-at-home parents. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the other question too. Is like, if you guys were to go on a tour, what happens with childcare? You're like, well, that's the day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far the only thing I can think of is you need stagehands, and so you need somebody to set the props.
Is somebody gonna move this box?
Actually, it would be super funny if there was like a little playpen on the side or something, like a little area where the kids, like a glass case with some holes in it where there obviously there's holes in it. I'm not a lunatic.
Yeah, you're not an animal.
Oh, like a petting zoo.
Like a petting
I mean,
zoo.
you know, our oldest would probably be happy to just sit there with an iPad and headphones, and be like, "Yeah, just do your jokes, and then tell me when we can go get McDonald's."
At my expense, it doesn't matter. I'm fine.
The pandemic, we were doing live shows. We had it was more stand up, but some people did some sketches, and we did it at Acme and NoHo, and Keckner, Lemmy and Heffernan came out, and it was all parenting stuff, and it was great, except by, you know, you wanted to go early because by the 4th or 5th comic, it was all dads. And so by the 5th comic, everyone's like, we heard that one. You know, I'm like, I'll go first, guys. I'll go first. And then you go through all your dad jokes. And then the other guys are like, you can see them crossing their lips off.
Crossing out all the watching the game stuff.
We should do it. We'll set up, maybe I'll talk to I've been talking to Flappers about maybe doing a live show. Would you guys come out? You guys would come out and do a show, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I think that there's definitely some stuff that we've done before that could translate to stage. It'd be fun to do.
I just also feel like I would give anything for like a blackout, and I have to like run across the stage holding like a box that's going to be a bus for the next scene. Do you know what I mean? Like I'd do anything for that, guys.
Yeah,
I think you would remember. I think sometimes we remember things really fondly. Then, you know what I mean? Where then you're like, what am I doing?
Like you throw your back out, even just lifting the thing up, and then you're like, now I got to figure out how to get it across the stage, and I can't breathe.
I agree with that, Kaylor, but I got to tell you, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, anyone could say to convince me to have another newborn. Like,
that's true.
When I hate a thing, I hate it forever. And so the fact that I'm thinking of it fondly means that there was some fond thing that happened during that.
Do you guys do this now? When my kids are 7 and 9, and there's a whole new set of issues with, you know, them like being smart asses and not doing what I asked them to do, whatever. But I see my friends who have like kids still in diapers, and everyone's like, oh, that baby's so cute. In the back of my head, I'm like, I don't miss that at all. I don't miss that at all.
No,
I don't want another.
One of you, oh my God, one of you's having another baby.
No. You guys ready?
No.
So
no, we both got snipped like a week apart from each other because we thought it'd be funny for the podcast.
We got 4 snippies.
Jamie doesn't.
Jamie didn't. Oh.
Jamie's still.
Jamie, we'll send you the link. We have a discount. It's a home kit that you can get, and it's 15% off, and you use the code Dumb Dad.
Speaking of vasectomies, the doctor who did mine screwed up somebody else's as bad as he did mine, and the guy has to have emergency surgery on Friday.
Oh, this feels like this has got to be.
Mine got screwed up too. I had to go on. Like medication for like, well, I didn't go back in for like 2 weeks. And then I was like, hey, this is not getting better. And he was like, I had some weird infection.
Did you have like Baryshnikovs? You had like Baryshnikovs bowling balls in your pants?
I went full Violet Beauregard from Willy Wonka with it.
His swelled up like a purple melon.
Mine didn't swell up, but my God, were they sensitive? I mean, just the slightest touch was just made your teeth rattle, and it was awful.
Oh, it's the worst.
Really?
Yeah, so I had to go on it was like a double infection, one on each side, and he was like, "That's rare." He goes, "That's rare, but it happens." And then he had me on pills, and then I was all.
It's always great when a doctor says that. Listen, it's a 1 in a million shot. Yes, you hit it, but it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
often.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen often, but
I
man,
had
do
to
you
take
have it?
Something called the juicer.
I have not.
They
I've
rolled
been
you.
talking about doing it. I have not. Done
Do you want another kid?
No. But
Oh, there's a pause.
Yeah, why did you take so long to say no?
You want
Yeah.
another
What?
kid?
Wait. What?
I mean, it would be a great story. It would just be. It would be a great story.
It'll be
what?
like,
What
yeah.
is?
You
So
just
it's not-
said you don't miss diapers.
No, I don't.
That would be
I don't
like
want it again. And it's not. It's like It's
It'll be
just
so fun
it's-
in like 2025 telling your newborn the fun story about Princess Diana dying. when you doing
right. And she's like, "Wait, what? How?" Even sometimes my kids are like, "Wait, how old are you again?" I'm like,
you're doing the sketch show. We're all gonna be in the
Grandpa,
sketch show.
can
He's
you
gonna
give me to dad? I'm dad. Love me.
he's gonna be wearing the kid during our comedy show.
That would be Brian McDaniel did that. We did the show in NoHo, and Brian McDaniel did his whole set with his baby in the Baby
Yeah.
Bjorn. And it was,
I can't
The kid
picture
was
who
like
Brian
this.
McDaniel is, so I've
It
just
was
been
really funny.
picturing Brian McKnight, which is one you like a dream come true. Remember that? He was in the cornfield, in
but
the
wearing a
plane crash?
baby.
Yeah, well, wearing the baby.
But wearing
yeah.
a baby.
I
Less
was
than
just
half
picturing
that.
him in that cornfield.
I don't remember that song. I was 53 when that came out.
I know.
Why do you hurt me, Morgan? Why do you? Why do
I was
you
already
hurt me?
over music at that point in my life.
So did you guys schedule it? You really went and scheduled it together to do it?
Yeah, we both had
simultaneously?
two, and we were both ready to call it, and we were like, it'd be funny, and we have a podcast to be something to talk about. So we both went. We were both had this doctor that we were both covered under, and it was like, let's go to that one. And I got there first. Evan's consultation was 3 days later. Had the consult, and then went to make the appointment. And she was like, "So we only have 2 days available for the rest of the year, either December 23rd or December 30th." And I was like, "Oh, December 30th, of course. I ruined Christmas." And then I didn't tell Evan, and he had his consult, and he came back, and I was like, "December 23rd." He's like, "Yeah, you." And I was like, "Absolutely not."
So how was Christmas?
Yeah.
It was fine, just sat on the couch on a huge bag of peas and
Yeah.
watched everybody open their gifts.
Dad, this one's for you.
Your wife
Thank
didn't
you.
wrap like frozen peas under the tree where it's like this is wet. What is it's frozen peas.
Yeah.
Oh, just what I
It's
want.
frozen peas.
His stocking was
I need a
just filled
fresh
with
bag,
frozen
by the way.
peas.
Did you guys, how you have to go back to check to make sure the plumbing
Yeah, we
you
know
have
how
go
to do
back
it. Thank you.
You can
I
you can
just-
use that one too. Or you can
Oh,
there's all kinds
I
of different
see.
ways.
Okay.
Did you
Oh,
guys
okay.
it would have been really funny for the podcast if you guys went together to do that.
Okay.
Well, you just drop it
Okay.
off. You don't go into one of their.
Oh, you
special-
don't?
No,
Jeff
no,
you
you
drop
Lewis-
it off.
Do you know Jeff Lewis who's done our show? He's super funny. He's an
From
actor.
You're
Keenan
probably
and-
picturing
You probably
Brian
recognize
McKnight.
him.
No, it's
You're
not
right.
Jeff Lewis.
Brian McKnight.
Jeff Lewis had to go in and there was a room and he stole their porn. He's told this story. And he also missed the cup.
You stole it?
He stole their weird porn. It was Jeff Lewis. Oh, he's hilariously funny. He tells this crazy story.
And
He
you
had to go
missed the
in
cup?
and then all of a sudden it was just about time, for the curtain to come up and the cup was across the room and he couldn't get to it.
How big
And
is this room that they're putting you in?
Honestly,
I'm
you
like, well,
guys,
I'm not gonna
you
make
guys-
I feel like Jeff might not have gone to the right place.
You guys are using the name Dumb Dads, but honestly, Jeff.
That sounds pretty.
he was at a
not
Taco
thought
Bell.
through.
And then he stole.
It was just one of those.
This is a Barnes and Noble. Get out of here! What are you doing?
Oh.
Does it
Um,
matter that there was still
that's
some
right,
of the
'cause he stole the
nacho
book.
cheese in there?
I thought you.
You have to
Oh.
bring it. No, you had to bring it to the doctor.
Maybe
which
they
is just like
trust.
the
They trust
worst.
you.
You have to bring it, and it is just it's fine if
That's-
if you lie to them, it's your fault. But yeah, you gotta do. It's the worst because you gotta knock on the door, and you're like, I have a delivery.
I made this for you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can I leave now? Please don't look at me. Please don't stop looking at me.
Please don't
I mean,
stop looking
also,
at me.
ball
Please stop
remove would
looking
be
at me.
I made this.
I
for
always
you.
find
Yeah.
I found that one wouldn't. I don't know if that one would bother me. The stool sample always bothers me. Where I'm like,
Really?
"Yeah."
Everybody poops, right? But like
go-
a lady nurse is not jacking off into a cup.
No, I don't know. There's something.
I
there's
was
just
I
something
felt
cooler
shame
about it.
delivering the man butter as well. Like I
Yeah.
don't like because when I got to the window, the lady goes,
Man butter.
we got a vasectomy sample, so she like announced it to everybody back there, and I'm like, oh.
Yes, you do, ma'am. Good day.
Good day to you all.
Happy counting.
It's like
Oh, is that your
it's
child?
like
Very
a
cute.
quart. It would have been great if you just brought like a quart, like a full quart.
One of those
Like
farmer
buttermilk.
drums.
Yeah, like
Thermos.
that.
Yeah, thermos.
Yeti there.
And it's like blue.
I'm pretty sure there's no swimmers in here, but you should listen.
I'm bringing
you
in like
should
a. I'm bringing in a beer growler.
It's our favorite thing to
did
talk
your-
about. Real
Did-
quick, our favorite thing to talk about with the vasectomy is when we had the consult, the doctor said, "Do you have any questions for me?" And I was like, "I don't know, man. What questions should I be asking?
Yeah. It's,
What's the FAQ on this? Because obviously I've never done it before."
Yeah.
And he was like, he said a couple things, but the one that really stuck out, he goes, "You might notice a 10% decrease in production
in overall volume.
and overall volume." And I was like, "Who's noticing that?
Yeah.
Like, who's calling your office?"
I remember he said the
being
same
like,
thing.
"Hey,
Yeah.
I just hooked up with some chick. Still waiting on the other 10% to come out.
Yeah. What happened?
What's going on here?" Like, what an insane thing to say.
Can I tell you
might
who's
notice.
can I tell you who's reporting? Happy wives calling and saying like, it didn't even hit my eyeballs this time. Thank you so much.
I saw that. Saw that coming a mile away. I wanted to pull her out really
We
quickly, but I
only
couldn't.
got to the Adam's apple this time. Thank
Amazing.
you. We appreciate
So
your
did
work.
she, apparently.
Thank you for your service.
They said we did talk about that because we had the same doctor. He said the same thing to me, and I asked the guy, I go, how would you know that? And he was like, a lot of porn stars get the surgery, and it kind of counts. It kind of counts to them. And I was like, I'm sorry, I asked the question. Can I leave?
It really hits them in the paycheck, you know.
You should have said,
sorry,
"Man,
sorry,
that
Bill, you're not."
You should have
Great,
said
nobody
that
told
works
you
out
not to pay
perfectly
for it.
because normally when I have sex, I give 110%.
Yeah.
So it's just going to
Oh,
even
okay.
everything.
I'll
out.
just-
I'll
There you
find
go.
my way to
There you
100
go.
somehow.
Well done.
My friend had, again, I'm going to bring this up. He had testicular cancer.
He was
no,
probably
it was-
young. It's the young.
no, it
man's
wasn't. No,
disease.
no, it wasn't. I'm sorry. Let me back up. He was in a prostate. He has prostate removed.
Old man's disease.
He
There's-
had he has
you guys are
prostate
screwed.
removed.
Right now, where
So-
you are is perfect in your lives.
So when
but-
he had sex, nothing came out. He goes,
Mm.
it's really weird. He goes, and I go, yeah, I guess. He goes, he had something with I think he had prostate cancer and
Yeah.
surgery or whatever and had it removed. And then nothing came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sounds fantastic, dude.
Was it
I mean,
weird
that
that nothing came out, or was it weird that it made the
I
sound?
was I thought Mulligan was going to take that one, Kevin. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You cut her off. I like that. And just like one of those poppers with some.
It sounded
confetti.
like your son sitting next to you.
And your phone has a little.
Yeah, no,
I
that
guess
would
that
be.
would be
Maybe some
fantastic.
confetti come out or something.
Yeah.
So
We
Jamie leaves
install
a
something?
sparkly letter from the Tooth Fairy.
Listen, all I know is no.
How about like a
less Scott is
bang
great-
flag?
It's a great. Pro-
That would be
The little thing that says
and then a
bang.
pearl.
oh my god, I can't believe Kevin just took a sip of his sample. Kevin,
Honestly, I gotta get that 10% back.
Did you guys ever do filthy, dirty shows? Like the Groundlings do that late night dirty sketch show. Did you guys ever do those? Like absolutely the most filthy
No, the-
sketches you ever.
No, the company that we were a part of, Straight Jacket, they did. We saw a couple of those, but no, thank you.
Yeah,
They were super
wasn't
fun, but you were like, people were like, it had to still be really funny. It was hard because sometimes you'd be like, this is filthy. And then you'd put it up and people were like, no, it's just filthy. It was not funny at all. It was absolutely disgusting.
ugh, yeah,
Yeah,
that was kind of. I think that was the thing. We had seen a couple of them, and it felt like that was more the aim, as opposed to getting away with a joke that was so funny and right on the line. It felt like how can we see if we can before the hour make most of everybody leave. So it was just like, I don't know if I'm not really. I mean, we didn't shy away from too many. We did some some dark stuff, but the whole show was like, yeah, no. We
Do you
kind of
ever
think you
have-
get away with it by not doing anything, and then you do like one thing, and it surprises the whole audience that they don't even see it coming. But
Oh
a
my
whole show
gosh.
felt like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think
like-
either of us
This
right
one
that
when-
way
when,
either.
narcolepsy said confetti. I'm so sorry to share that with everybody. Did share that with
really good.
That's a really
It's-
I
funny
was
it
joke.
is
torn on
true.
whether to show it.
It's a really funny joke.
It is true though, Evan. Like there is like when it's used occasionally,
Mm-hmm.
it's so much more. I don't know. It's like when the whole show is I don't know. Then like an Einstein joke's really good. It's like, wow, we were just talking about boobs this whole time. Thank you
Yeah.
for that. I'm
I'm
Yeah,
the same.
I have
I'm
no.
so
You go ahead.
good. Good.
I was just gonna say I have no interest in those shows because it's like, well, now you're like telling me to go that direction. If I was writing something and I was like thought of some, it went there. It's like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, maybe that's a funny angle to take.
If that
with,
feels like
but
the
it's
right joke.
you have to start here. It's like,
Yeah.
then all right, now it's more tying your hands behind your back. It's
Yeah, because
You
it
guys
feels like you
ever
have to
get-
go crazier.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
you don't
You
go
have to, I
crazy
think.
enough, then like,
Yeah.
but then it's like, okay, so well, then what's your limit of either comfort or what you're willing to say? Or then it's like, we're not even talking about jokes anymore,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even today, when you post, like your guys' stuff is so funny, relatable, not dirty. But I'm sure there's still people who comment and light you up. Do you guys get anyone who's like? It doesn't matter what I see. I'm still amazed. I'm like, why are you like? People will go like, I can't believe you did this or something.
You mean
Do you ever
light
get
them
that?
up, light them up, like try to cancel them?
Just like there's always somebody
That'd be
who's a
such-
They're always
contrarian,
there's
and
like
whatever
these
your bid
condescending
is.
ass bags. Like Jamie,
Yeah.
for example, he has the video about Hannah getting her ears pierced, and they lit
yeah.
him up.
Oh, about getting your ears
We
pierced.
took her to Claire's and she got her ear pierced, and then people
Uh-huh.
just were like, "She's too young. You shouldn't go to Claire's." This is just people went ballistic on me. I was like, "Dude,
Oh man, my
'Cause,
son's
she goes-
8 and he wants to get his ear pierced, and we're like gonna say, yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
well."
yeah, dude.
The woman went to pierce it, and just before she did, she goes, "Are you ready?" And my daughter goes, "No," and she pierced it. And then and my daughter
Oh.
went, "Ah!" And then she went, "Oh, okay, oh yeah, I get it." And then so
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Great job, Dad, teaching your daughter that no means yes." Like they lit me
Oh,
up.
yeah.
I was like,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I would say we're pretty lucky. People don't come after us too much, honestly. I
start
mean,
posting.
once in a
I know. I'm like,
yeah, you
how dare
Jump
you
in there.
slander news
Yeah.
debriefings
I-
after sports
But-
events?
But what we do, like, I mean, like, you just posted a video not too long ago that like people come after each other in the comments, which is fine because that's just
Oh,
like
that's
a ton
fine.
of engagement.
Let the world
That's a ton of
burn.
engagement. So it's,
Yeah, I think I did because we try to we'll go after just like all aspects of parenting. And I remember I posted one maybe like last year, something about like sleep training, and it was kind of a throwaway. Like I wasn't super proud of it. I just like set up bad lighting on purpose, put myself in a bathrobe right up against the door, and I was like talking about my kids like sleep training is a nightmare and how I have to go in there every 5 minutes. It was like a throwaway. That one went viral, but it was like so much vitriol about people and
About
what
sleep
they
training.
think, their opinions about sleep
Yeah.
training and whatever. And I don't even have a strong opinion. My wife and I don't have strong opinions about it. It was just a video. And there are definitely some creators on social media who that when that happens, they go, well, this is my identity now because this is on fire and this is what the people want. And I was like,
Yeah.
never doing that again. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just not interested in that
well,
stuff.
it was like the moms of Tampa. We were talking to them, and they were saying that you want the ones that are controversial because then once you create the people kind of going at each other, that's when it starts to spiral up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the most viral one that I've had was one I did right before. It was funny. It was the day before Evan posted the first press conference. So it was a couple good days. And it was just one, again, throwaway about like my daughter being so mean to me. My daughter's not mean to me. My daughter is very nice to me. It's very lucky dad. But it was just funny. Like kids being mean is never not funny. Like their honesty.
Yeah.
My daughter does say things every once in a while that it's funny of like, Dad, that's a terrible drawing. And I'm like, that hurts my feelings. She's like, I'm sorry. This is really bad. But I made a video where I just made her out to be just really mean. And it did really well. So I made a few more. I had to stop because people were just like, you gotta hit her, Dad. You just gotta.
I know,
You gotta hit her. And then I was like, wow, that's crazy. And I think I made one more, and then I never mentioned my wife in pretty much any of my videos, maybe like a handful. Not in this series did I mention her at all. And somebody just goes, she's getting it from mom. You got to take it up with mom. This is your mother. This is your wife's fault. This is what's wrong with. This is what's wrong with mothers. And I was like, where are you getting this? Like, it was like, it's wild, man. They just, yeah.
Don't you think that person sometimes thinks they're being funny? Like that's
no, because there's a million.
See, like sometimes bad comics will say something and then they'll go, and no one will laugh, and they go, "It's a joke, people. I'm cracking a joke," and you're like, "It's not really a joke." But yeah, but
it's you can kind of read the room a little bit sometimes. Like you can kind of read the room of the comment section where it's like because it's sometimes back and forth to other people, and then it's kind of starts to then it like catches fire of like engagement, which is great.
Yeah, when they're the ones that's not coming at kid, they'll that's a long threat of people.
Honestly, like we know and we knew going into this like what we were going to try to do. We wanted to try to, I mean, honestly, we thought like maybe we could get some more auditions if we had some videos do well. But then it started to really take off, and that we were like really relating to parents of the stuff that we were talking about and the stuff we were making. So we thought, well, maybe we have something bigger here. Yeah. But we also know what we're doing in terms of like we're going to put ourselves out there. That means people are going to like it or dislike it. We got to read the room a little bit about what people like. How can we curate this into a brand and all the stuff that what we were kind of trying to focus on, and just try to make the best stuff we can make, so that if somebody comes to our page and says this video is funny, it's not like, okay, so they made one funny video. We try to make it like a consistent viewing experience, if you will, of what we're doing. But knowing that we are putting ourselves on the internet and what it takes to be a comedian, and people laugh or don't laugh or whatever. Some of the stuff that people like, once in a while, somebody will try to be mean, and it makes us laugh really hard because it's like,
it's funny.
You can never be as mean to me as I can in the bathroom mirror.
Also,
so
like,
sure.
Cringe. This is cringe. Will never permeate my skin. Like that's not even a word my generation acknowledges. Okay. Yeah. This is cringe. Great. That means you didn't like something. Great. Fantastic. We're good here.
Yeah.
It hurt my feelings. When people said mean things, it hurt my feelings really badly. Somebody said one time I had, they said something about my daughter too, and I flipped out.
Well,
they posted something about Hannah. They said
no, that's beyond, that's not Hannah. Appropriate.
And then all right, I'm not ending the show by unleashing on someone after I open the show.
Nice.
It's a nice little button. Yeah.
You went full circle.
Coming down. Well, honestly, dude, I mean, we're so glad you guys came to do the show. I will tell you, your stuff is just great. And you show that you're right. Like I see other stuff with other people, and it's the same joke over and over and over again. And you guys really are so prolific. I mean, there's a show coming. It's absolutely coming. We should do a live show. We should find a comedy club, put some shows up now that people are starting to go back out and stuff. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
We'd be happy to
Flappers
do it.
is really open to,
we of course said we were going to wrap at 8. We keep doing this and then going incredibly long. So really quick, tell everyone, I mean, everybody I think knows where to come find you. Mostly Instagram and TikTok, I believe, is your bread and butter at this point.
Yeah, we record our podcast every week as well, and we sit down and just chat, which is a bit more of a lengthy conversation about what's going on that week, and then make fun of each other for the stupid things we did. But that's on YouTube. We're the Dumb Dads on YouTube, and then we're at the Dumb Dads on all social media.
And you guys
platforms.
do the live Instagram is great too. You guys pour a drink and you sit down and
every Thursday.
Yeah, super funny. So people should check that. I think it's 6:00 Pacific time.
That's right. Every Thursday we go on Instagram and TikTok. We go kind of dual live. It's fun to just, I don't know. It's fun to kind of connect with the people that like watch our stuff, and really get to talk with people. It's fun.
Yeah.
And it's really fun to watch people who are genuinely friends, who like genuinely make each other laugh, or like you could finish. I don't know. It's like it's a very sweet relationship to witness.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. We appreciate that. Yeah.
Well done. Sir.
All right, let's bring this thing to a screeching halt. Everybody out there, thank you so much. If you're checking this out on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, follow, review. Check us out on iTunes if you are listening to this, and Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. I don't know anymore.
Twitch,
I'm
Twitter.
So bad at wrapping this up.
Don't forget to rate, review the show.
Yes.
Hit that bell.
Thank you. Do that.
Subscribe.
Do that.
Brian,
Um,
Brian McKnight, we thank you for your service.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Brian.
And to
Thank
the
you,
woman
Brian.
who's going to probably burn my house down and please curb your dogs, people. Please just curb your dogs.
Also, check
Is
us.
that one thing we
Jake and
can
I've got
take
stuff
away?
coming out on Sirius XM this weekend on
Oh, that's right.
Channel 97.
I have with Jason, we have a Super Bowl bit, and then we have a Valentine's Day bit. You guys will hear us on Sirius XM, Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup all weekend long. So check that out. And then
I love it.
Sweet.
We'll check you guys all soon.
Very
Check out the
excited.
Dumb Dads. Thank you guys so much for doing the show. We love you guys. Super funny.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
That's
We
it.
had a great time.
Thank you.
See you next week in the Paris Lounge.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.